What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the newest episode of the Retro Rebuilds. And today we're going to a franchise that absolutely, during this time, starting in 2002 onward, needs my help, and that is the Oakland Raiders. So as you can see, John Gruden, old Chucky, is the coach. What actually happened is between the 2001 and 2002 season, they traded John Gruden they actually traded a coach to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Gruden went on to win the Super Bowl in the 2002 season. We kind of nixed that trade. We're gonna go ahead and keep old John Gruden here with the Raiders. Looking at our roster, pretty interesting roster to say the least. Very old. Gonna have a lot of turnover. There's gonna be a lot of emphasis on us rebuilding this team. We got 37-year-old Rich Gannon, who actually in this 2002 season went on to be the NFL MVP. Hopefully he can reach those levels here. But he is 37. We might be able to get a year or two out of him before we need to find a replacement. Do we decide to go down the Jamarcus Russell route? Wait and see. We got Charlie Garner at running back. He's 30, he's 90, somewhat productive, but he is up there in age just a little bit. We got John Ritchie at fullback. Got the legendary Jerry Rice, 40 years old, at wide receiver. Pairing that with Timmy Brown, who's 36. Again, it's just the all-veteran team. I don't know how, when back in these days, the NFL was super rough, how these guys were still able to hold up into their later years like that, but it's still going to be pretty damn fun. We got Jerry Porter, who also is a nice wide receiver here. 24 years old, should be our long-term starter. At tight end, not a whole lot there, to be honest with you. Probably going to need to find a replacement. On the offensive line, we got Barry Sims, who's an 87. Mo Collins, nice age, 83, 26. We got Barrett Robbins, who's an 88. Middleton, who's an 86. Lincoln Kennedy, this guy's big-time offensive lineman. He is a 95. We got Langston Walker here, the rookie. He's 79. Maybe we'll find a way to get him involved sooner than later on the offense, but we'll just write out top depth. On the defensive side, let's see. We got Trace Armstrong here. Again, super old. How about we get any notable starter that's like below 28? That'd be ideal. Tony Bryant. We got John Perella in the interior. Of course, he's super old. Hey, Roderick Coleman, 26, 85. We got Sam Adams, big old Sam Adams. When did he play for the Patriots? I felt like he played for the Patriots at some point. But, the defensive line there is very nice. We got Bill Romanowski. Loves the steroids, but he's 36 dice. You get another veteran presence here at the linebacker. Napoleon Harris, really nice looking linebacker, 23. He's an 86. Eric Barton's an 88. We got Charles Woodson, legend, one of the best defensive backs I've ever seen. Definitely in my top 5 DBs ever. We're going to try to hold on to him for his career. He is 26. That's the perfect age. Philip Buchanan's an 80. We got, that's pretty much it. Free safety, Rod Woodson, another guy that's just super old, but welcome to the squad. Not much there at strong safety. We got old Seabass here, the kicker drafted in the first round out of Florida State. He's a 95. And we got Shane Leckler here, who's an 89. But, back in the day, and I'm talking back in the day, 5 to 10 years ago, the Raiders always had the best special teams with Leckler and Janikowski, and at least that is continuing here. So we got a lot of work to do. We have a very small window. Pretty much this year, we might be able to win, and then I think we're going to have a little bit of a down period on this 5-year retro rebuild. Very excited to try to reshape what was definitely the dark period. Maybe the darkest of all periods for the Raiders. And, hey, let's not draft as many busts. Let's get into it. So we're making a trade here. We're getting Ogunleye from the Miami Dolphins. He's an 82. I think he's 26. We're flipping third-string defensive tackle Sam Adams. And Cooper here, who's a 25-year-old, 76 defensive end. Sure, makes sense. Let's do it. So as I imported the 03 draft class, this is what I want to show you. This is the first time we've been able to do it. Again, I keep telling you guys, go to the Discord. That's where you can get these draft classes. How if you're on PC, we're actually looking at potential ways to bring this to console, even though it looks like it's probably fairly unrealistic that we can get there. We got portraits, player portraits. So for those of the players that had them on file, we got them. So we got Carson Palmer, pretty much every notable player that's available. You're going to see them in here. It's kind of tough because, like I said, there's not a whole lot, especially going way back here. But we got Andre Johnson, Terrence Newman, Kevin Williams, T. Sizzle. I'm actually kind of surprised Troy Polamalu's up there. We got Calvin Pace. But obviously, when we get to the later draft classics, I think we're up to 2011 or 2012. You're getting a lot more player portraits and stuff like that. But it's super cool. Helps with the immersion just a little bit. And more so because a lot of the targets that we're going to try to draft, guys that we have heard of as we go through these rebuilds, we're actually going to have the real player pictures. So that is pretty dope. Just wanted to give you guys this update. And at the year's end of year number 1, we're 10-5 and with one tie, because of course the tie. And we get to take on a divisional rival here in the wild card at home in the 9-6-1 Kansas City Chiefs. I don't recall actually if our tie was against the Chiefs. I think it was. But, I mean, I expect to make the playoffs when our team's a 92 overall, 97 offense, 91 defense. We were able to reach contract extensions with Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, and Tim Brown. I don't know if they're going to retire or not as we get into this offseason, but we at least have them for one more year, as we did win the AFC West, too, which is pretty dope. Rich Gannon, almost 4,000 passing yards, 35 touchdowns to 11 picks. That's not bad. Don't necessarily think he won the MVP like he did in real life, but that's still a very solid season. Almost 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns from Garner. Nice little two-headed running back attack here with Wheatley. The receiving front, Doug Jolly, maybe the weakest link on our offense, led the team in receptions. Jerry Rice, ageless wonder, 69 catches, 860 yards, 7 tutties, almost 900 yards and 11 touchdowns from Tim Brown. Jerry Porter wasn't bad as well. Defensively, Eric Barton led the team with 106 tackles, 6 TFLs, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. We got 11 TFLs, 7.5 sacks from Bill Romanowski. Don't test his urine. Nice year from Rod Coleman, 2 from the interior. 4 picks from Philip Buchanan, who made the Pro Bowl, which is pretty big. Looks like we're going to have Buchanan and Woodson are going to be very, very good for this rebuild in our secondary. Taking a quick look here at the yearly awards. MVP went to Amon Green. What else is new? He always wins it. Rich Gannon coming in at number 7. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Drew Bledsoe. That's a team I want to do next, I think. I want to remind myself, try to do the Buffalo Bills. Rich Gannon coming in at number 7 anyways. Defensive Player of the Year went to Joey Porter. Eric Barton coming in at number 10. And we're not going to look at the Rookies of the Year because those are all glitched up in year number 1. So let's jump into the playoffs here and see who the best team is for reals in the AFC West here in the 2002-2003 season. All right, let's go. We are Team Old Timer. Call us the old folks home, but we're still producing. Come on, let's go. Let's see some Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice magic. We're tying it up 7 apiece. Looks like it's a pretty back and forth game. Not a lot of defense going on. I will tell you right now, that is garbage. With a first-round pick, all the investment we have in special teams, we better not be missing field goals and shit like that. We're down 7. We're down 14 going into the second half. Our offense is not really putting it all together here. Not looking pretty at all. We're able to capitalize there. Ooh, nice little turnaround. Make it a one possession game with 3:20 left, and we're moving the ball. Very nice. 3rd down alert. 4th down. 2:43. Let's come in. I usually like to sim it, but I feel like we should rock and roll. Look at Jolly. That guy is juiced to the... I mean, it's a different time. 02 was a different time in football. But I'll tell you right now, 88, that guy's on the roids. All right, we got Jerry Rice. Okay, we're going to go Timmy Brown in the slot. I think that's going to be our first read. We got good production. We floated in, and Timmy Brown brings it in to tie this game up before the 2-minute warning. That is excellent. That is very clutch. Let's see our defense here to get a stand, which they do. Oh, my God. The traits, the dev traits, it might actually be working just a little bit. Oh, we had to punt it. Minute 15. They go down the field, score a field goal. God damn it, man. Competitive game, though. It was a competitive game. Some good, some bad, everything in between. That's still, no matter what way you cut it, given the fact that we might be losing our 4 best offensive players, that's an annoying loss for sure.
What are we doing, boss?
We're going in for the big cheese, but it's every mouse for himself, so don't get caught.
Mousetrap! It's a zany action, a crazy contraption. The fun is catching its mousetrap.
All right, so we were pretty frugal in the offseason because we had a lot of veterans on 1-year deals. We didn't have a lot of salary cap. And in this draft, in real life, this is the draft where they selected Nnamdi Asomugha in the first round. That was pretty much all they got. He was available there, but I do like Woodson and Philip Buchanan down the stretch. So all we got is O.C. Umenyiora, who will be able to start at defensive end. 78 star dev, obviously had a very successful career with the Giants. Got a real profile picture. Then the second round, because we desperately need a tight end, we got Jason Witten. 79 star dev out of Tennessee. Very excited to bring him in. Those are 2 big gets. We got Alonzo Jackson, outside linebacker. More so as a depth move. We might be able to compete for a starting gig. We got Dan Copen in the 4th round. I think he used to be the center for the Falcons, I want to guess. But 76 quick dev. That is really, really good. We got Fred Jackson in the 5th round from Coe College. Most of you people remember him from a very successful career with the Buffalo Bills. Then we just got 2. We absolutely had no depth. We only have 3 wide receivers on the roster, so I had to guess. And there was a guy named Taco Wallace in the 7th round. I mean, none of these guys' combines look great. I've never heard of them in my life, but better believe I'm drafting a guy named Taco when he was there. But obviously this draft is all about O.C. Umenyiora and Jason Witten, bringing in 2 big-time future legends. Let's see if they can replicate their career success here with the Raiders. So taking a look at our roster here as we once again look to be competitive in the AFC West. We're at 82 overall with an 83 offense, 83 defense, which is, you know, fringe top 10 roster. Offensive line is the strength of this team with no one below a B+ grade. We got Jason Witten as a rookie, so that's going to be something really nice for Rich Gann to be able to rely on. Joey Porter's really our only wide receiver worth noting. We got Freeman here. If you're, I believe he's Green Bay Packer. I think he had some really good years with the Green Bay Packers. More so a veteran at this point. But yeah, our skill positions outside of Jason Witten and Porter are kind of lacking. Hopefully Fred Jackson can become our lead back. If not, you know, we need another offseason. Looking at the defense here, 83. We got a couple new faces. We got OCU Manura, the rookie, will be getting a lot of playing time. Johnson is stepping in for Rod Woodson, who retired, because obviously this roster is old as hell. Jackson stepping in for Bill Romanowski, who also retired. Yeah, lots of retired. There's a very old roster. So the turnaround and the turnover that we kind of expected did happen. I mean, luckily enough, we got Rich Gannon for one more year, which is nice. But like I said, man, at wideout, we lost Tim Brown. Jerry Rice retired. Even though we signed the one-year deal, we could not convince them to stay out. Maybe we should have better spend our coaching XP packages on the retirement package or whatever the bundle. But you know, it's a transitionary year, and hopefully we can remain competitive and make a run in the playoffs. Season's end here at year number 2, and we got that first round bye last season, most likely for Rich Gannon. He is trying to go out on top. Our team has been bumped up to an 86 overall, 87 offense, 87 defense. Look at Jason Witten, an 88. That is freaky. We got another AFC West title, which is dope. Rich Gannon, not bad for the old man. You know, is he almost 38, 39, 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks. That is really, really nice. 800 yards, 9 touchdowns from Fred Jackson. I think ultimately Fred Jackson should be viewed as like a high RB2. So we're still going to probably look at trying to assess the running back position going forward. On the receiving front, Antonio Freeman paying some nice dividends. Was a late signing before the beginning of the regular season. That is a nice season. Jason Witten as a rookie, 80 catches, 840 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jerry Porter, not bad. 71 catches, 820 yards, and 7 tutties. Fred Jackson was a nice little weapon out the backfield as well. Defensively, Napoleon Harris led the team with 106 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. We got 9 sacks, 12 TFLs from Ogunlier, 14 TFLs, 8.5 sacks from John Perella. Barton was pretty good, 7.5 sacks from OCU Manura. Really good rookie year from him. Charles Woodson, reminding everybody why he debatably is the GOAT with 5 interceptions as well. Is he? I think personally he's the greatest defensive back I've ever seen. Amon Green wins MVP again, as he's the most overpowered player in the retro rosters here. Rich Gannon coming in at number 10 in the MVP race. Offensive player of the year went to Peyton Manning, with Rich Gannon coming in at number 8. Defensive player of the year went to Donnie Edwards. We unfortunately had no one. Offensive rookie of the year went to Larry Johnson, beating out Fred Jackson and Jason Witten. Okay, Taco Wallace showing up there. Defensive rookie of the year went to Ken Hamlin. We unfortunately had nobody. But we got that first round bye. We're going to be able to sit back and await our opponent in the AFC divisional round, which no matter what, if it's retro or current rosters, anytime you've seen the Chargers, gotta be a little bit worried, especially when they are barely above 500. But at least we're the home team, I guess, as we take on the 9-7 Chargers. Gotta find a way to stop Mr. LaDainian Tomlinson. Alrighty, here we go. Taking on the Chargers, team you never want to see in a rebuild. They got Drew Brees at quarterback. Cool. Makes sense that they have Drew Brees at quarterback. So, okay. Trading field goals, defensive battle. So it's what offense wants it more. And I like Rich Gannon in this one. This is Rich Gannon's final hurrah, we're going to guess. So I think he'll come up clutch. Well, our defense is giving us an absolute shot here. Trying to stop Drew Brees and LaDainian Tomlinson is no easy task. We get the first touchdown of the game, as it still is very close as we get into the second half. All right. Can we keep holding them to... I was going to say, can we hold them to field goals? They finally get a touchdown. 13-13 here in the fourth quarter. Janikowski makes the kick to give us a 3-point lead. We got a minute 57 in the fourth to close this game out. Can we do it? We had to kick 2 field goals in a row after just... Oh, my God. That's where the sim's broken. They only burned 2 timeouts, and we only shaved off like a minute. And then they get the... All right, we'll come in for one play. I'm using the traits roster. This is supposed to be the roster that makes the sim play better. And still broken. Not even that can fix it, because that was garbage. That was absolute garbage. Just from a time management standpoint, how do we have the ball and only shave off like 20 seconds? Rich Gannon, super old, doesn't have the arm at all. I think he literally has like 87 throw power. As we fall in the playoffs, defensive battle, not good enough. Not good enough at all. All right, here we are in the 04 draft. We need a quarterback. It's a great time to still be having this board here. Come pick 27. We have Phillip Rivers and we have Ben Roethlisberger. Now I'm trying to feel like which quarterback would fit. I personally feel like John Gruden. It's going to be Ben Roethlisberger. He looks a little bit better. The A+ throw power is always what you really want to look for. Plus something a little bit different. I feel like you get Phillip Rivers. He's always been on the Chargers. Now it's, I just feel like which one of these QBs would be a better fit with John Gruden. I think he'd like Ben Roethlisberger's moxie. So we're gonna go in the first round, select Ben Roethlisberger to become the new quarterback of the Oakland Raiders. So you gotta remember in this 04 draft, another. I guess last year Namdi Asamoah would have been a good pick. This year they kind of botched it. They got Robert Gallery, ended up being a bust. Looking at the rest of the draft, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anyone. So I think we did pretty well in our draft. We traded a couple picks for futures, but we obviously got big Ben Roethlisberger here in the first round. We got Will Allen at free safety at Ohio State in the second round. Only 71, maybe a slight reach, but he does have that quick dev. Third round, we got Jericho Cotchery, wide receiver from NC State. We thought about it. If we didn't get Rivers, we might as well get his primary target from when he was in school. We got Sean Locklear from NC State as well. Just getting everyone but Phillip Rivers, I guess. 75 quick dev, just best player available. And then round 7, we actually got a guy that went to the Raiders, Tommy Kelly. I remember he was a D tackle there for quite some time, 73 quick in the 7th round. So a very, very good draft, but ultimately it's all about landing Ben Roethlisberger at pick 27 in the first round. So as we start year 3, here are the changes on the offense. Not much. We're going Coppin as our starting center. And other than that, it's pretty much as is. Jason Witten's up to an 89 overall. We got Dante Hall, the human joystick, via free agency as a wide receiver, as well as special teams threat. Fred Jackson remains our starter. Obviously, we get Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. On the defense, Cullen Jenkins. We brought him via free agency, moved him from defensive end inside the defensive tackle. And other than that, we're going to be hoping that Will Allen really wants to develop here into a legitimate starting safety. We're going to give him all the opportunities in the world as we jump into the first year of the Ben Roethlisberger era here in Oakland. At the end of year number 3, obviously was going to be a little bit of a transitionary year, but we did see a lot of good, strong development here from Ben Roethlisberger, who got up to an 85 overall. Jason Witten's up to a 93, and our team overall is an 89. It's risen, where offense is an 89, defense is a 91. But from the win-loss standpoint, not very good. 5-11, bottom dwellers in the AFC West. Taking a look here at the season stats. 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns to 12 interceptions for Big Ben. It's not bad for a rookie, given that we don't have the greatest skill position players around him. 900 yards, 3 touchdowns from Fred Jackson. We got 83 catches, 1,000 yards, 6 tutties from Jerry Porter. 1,000 yards, 6 tutties from Jericho Cotchery. 704 from Dante Hall. Almost 706 from Jason Witten. On the defensive side, we got 106 tackles from Napoleon Harris, 103 from Charles Woodson, 11 sacks from Agulnier, 9 from Barton, 8.5. Tommy Kelly, 7th round pick, giving us 8.5 sacks. That is huge. We got a couple interceptions. Maybe would have expected those to be a little bit higher with Charles Woodson back there. Here, the awards. Amon Green wins his 3rd straight MVP award. Good God. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Ricky Williams. Defensive Player of the Year went to Kendrell Bell. Who? We got no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Ben Roethlisberger, beating out Eli Manning, so I guess that is pretty good. Jericho Cotchery coming in number 4. It's great production here from our rookies. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to D'Angelo Hall, Will Allen at 4, Tommy Kelly at 5. So a lot of our rookies just proving how strong our draft class was. But my God, Amon Green is dominant. So, just quick turnaround into the offseason. We have a good amount of salary cap available, so we can make a couple big splash moves if need be. Definitely looking at a running back, maybe a wide receiver. Defensively, free safety, maybe more competition there for Will Allen, an outside linebacker. There definitely is still some holes we can look to try to fill. Spend money, and that is what we're gonna do. We got Dwight Smith here at free safety. Not gonna lie, don't really remember who he is, but he is a 93 superstar safety and would be a big time upgrade over Will Allen currently. We got Michael Bennett, formerly of the Minnesota Vikings. Burner, absolute burner, 92 overall. We got Cedric Hodge, outside linebacker. We convert him to left outside linebacker. So right there, we fill all of our holes. And then Forney here will be an upgrade at right guard. And then we can move on for Milton and a pretty ugly looking contract. I feel confident that we should be able to get most of these guys. But we definitely want Bennett for sure and either Dwight Smith or Hodge. If we only walk away like Forney, it's going to be a very disappointing free agency period. All right, so we got everyone but Michael Bennett. We'll go back and see who's still available at running back. Maybe there's still some decent value there. They got Lamont Jordan, who I actually think was a member of the Raiders for a little bit. 82 quick, but his age is not the greatest. Got Thomas Jones for a power back. You know what? Rudy Johnson. There's some nice names there, but I think ultimately we'll probably look at getting a running back in the draft. All right, so as we are here in the 05 draft, man, it would have been. I know we got Big Ben, but it would have been nice here to be sitting here looking at Aaron Rodgers. Now, we need running backs. There's still some very nice running backs available. John Gruden's boy, Cadillac Williams, still in the first round. But I'm kind of looking at Frank Gore. You know, we had the rule that for most of these drafts, we only draft a round ahead. So that means we'd have to wait until pick 4. We have a top 5 pick. So we absolutely be able to get Frank Gore in the second round. Get Release Corrette. Obviously, that's a huge story. Brandon Jacobs, Darren Sproles is still there. But I definitely think Frank Gore will be our option. So then I look at wide receiver. We got Braylon Edwards here. I feel like Braylon Edwards, that's the pick. That got to be the pick. Braylon Edwards getting another dynamic wide receiver to come in. You know, is he considered a bust? I don't know. He had some really big years with the Cleveland Browns. So, you know, let's bring him in. We got to draft Braylon Edwards out of Michigan. He is an 80 quick, 92 speed, 93 acceleration at 6'3". Good boy. Good. All right, we're here at pick 4. There's still some first-round backs, and I feel like to not take advantage of it because there's still clearly first-round backs available. We're gonna reunite John Gruden with his favorite running back, maybe in Tampa, Cadillac Williams. Cardell Williams, 77 quick, reunited at last. So looking back at the Raiders' actual 05 draft, I think we did a lot better. In real life, the Raiders got Fabian Washington, the corner out of Nebraska in the first round, Stanford Route, corner out of Houston. Like, all these guys are busts. Andrew Walter, a quarterback from Arizona State in the third round. Like, the best player from this draft with Kirk Morrison, the linebacker. And other than that, that's just not that great. But this was the year, though, they did trade that linebacker Napoleon Harris to the Vikings for Randy Moss. Obviously, we did not make such a trade. But instead, we decided to get our wide receiver through different motives, actually drafting one in Braylon Edwards. We got Cadillac Williams, Ellis Hobbs, Brandon Jacobs, Jay Ratliff, Brandon Browner. Look at this, Jonathan Welsh, 75 defensive end here in the 6th round. So that's some really good value there, as he also picked up some depth along the way. But Braylon Edwards, Cadillac Williams, welcome to the Raiders. Year 4 is upon us, and looking at the team, we have a brand new running back in Cadillac Williams. A good two-headed attack here between Cadillac Williams and Fred Jackson. Fred Jackson, definitely a better receiving back. Braylon Edwards will be starting. The rest of the offensive line, we brought in Forney as a guard. Other than that, the O-line remains the same. Defense is a 93 overall. In terms of changes, we got obviously this Smith at free safety is coming in. We got Hodge, who we signed as a linebacker, and Ellis Hobbs will be trying his hand as our starting nickel corner. But ultimately, very good team. Very quick turnaround from being bad to being good, as I look to be very competitive and compete for a playoff spot here in year number 4. And at the end of the season, we are taking on the weirdest record I have ever seen in a Madden sim in the wild card, the 9-4-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. What is this, 1920s? So you see that much ties, but our team is just stacked. 93 overall, 93 offense, 93 offense, 95 defense. Winning another AFC West title. It's a thing of beauty here. That's, what, 3 out of 4 years we've won a title? Nice. Look at the stats here. Ben Roethlisberger, very nice. 4,200 passing yards, 32 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Running game is still pretty much non-existent, which is a little bit weird because our offensive line is strong. No 1,000-yard receiver, but the collective unit was decent. Braylon Edwards as a rookie, 85 catches, 800 yards, 3 tutties, 908 from Cotchery, 805 from Witten, 705 from Porter. Cadillac Williams also did pretty good work out of the backfield. Defensively, Napoleon Harris, really strong here. Both the linebackers, 120 tackles each, 7 TFLs each, 4.5 sacks, 2 picks for Harris, 6.5 sacks, 2 picks from Hodge. We got 9 sacks from Agulnier, 12 TFLs, 8.5 sacks from Barton. Interceptions were pretty good across the board here for our secondary. Yearly awards MVP went to who else? Amon Green, clearly. In the AFC, Offensive Player of the Year went to LT. Nobody. Defensive Player of the Year went to Zach Thomas. Cedric Hodge coming in at number 2. Napoleon Harris at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Cadillac Williams. I'll take that every day of the year. We got Braylon Edwards coming in at number 6. Brandon Jacobs at number 9. Derek Johnson got himself Defensive Rookie of the Year. Ellis Hobbs, our nickelback, number 4. Pretty cool. Look at this graph. Remember that? Remember that nickelback? Okay, whatever. So, yeah, we're taking on the ugliest record I've ever seen in the playoffs, which means we're probably going to lose by 30. But it's year 4. We still have 1 more year left to compete. But it would be nice to beat a team that tied 3 times in the wild card round at home. Okay, let's do it to them. Let's do it to them, Big Ben. This is the team that you just gotta do it to them. In this world, you should just know you're gonna want to beat the Steelers, So here we go. All right, our offense is not doing much, trading field goals. Looks like it might be a little bit of a defensive battle here. Trading field goals in the first half, but there's nothing wrong with that, except the fact that we're missing field goals and we have a 99 kicker. I feel like that shouldn't be happening. We pay you top money for a kicker to make the kicks. As our offense sputters here, quick turnaround. Oh my God, there we go. We got the first tutty of the game after a red zone turnover for the Steelers. They did most of the work for us, but we'll take it. And now, of course, they don't get a touchdown until we get a touchdown, and this is just pretty garbage sim, to be completely honest with you. Not a lot going on here, and we lost. Okay. God damn it, man. All right, so taking a look here at our final draft. In free agency, we brought in Derek Mason, veteran wide receiver, to try to help out. And in this real draft, the Raiders had the 7th overall pick and ended up selecting Michael Huff, the safety from Texas. And undoubtedly, out of all the top 10 picks, along with Matt Leinart, who went at 10 to Arizona, he's probably the worst. I mean, this was a down period. This upcoming season was the year the Raiders only won twice and then ended up selecting Jamarcus Russell. So we're definitely not going to do that bad. We only had one hole on the team, which was at left tackle. So at the event of not drafting, like using the good players, I just wanted to get the best tackle that we could in the first round and then just auto draft so that there's, it keeps things fresh. So in the first round, though, we did get a very good tackle out of LSU. Andrew Whitworth comes in as a 77 superstar. He's got to start right away. For the rest of the picks, I mean, I know Stephen Tulloch. We got a nice little depth linebacker there. I'm not going to lie, the rest of these players, I have no idea who they are, which is probably best because we absolutely don't need anything outside of a starting left tackle for this roster. Don't believe me? Just give me a sec, and as we preview for the 5th and final year, you'll see how stacked and well-rounded this Raiders team is. No way we're going to go 2-14 like they did in real life.
Wake up to the hot taste of Kellogg's Hot Tarts.
So hot, they're cool, so cool, they're hot. Hot Tarts popping up the top of hot. Hot taste so cool, inside they're hot.
All right, so we are in a Super Bowl or a bust scenario with a very well-rounded team. 92 overall with a 91 offense, 95 defense. As you look at the O-line, like I said, bringing Andrew Whitworth, he's a 77 superstar for that. The rest of the O-line is very good. Jason Wins up to a 95. We got Derek Mason, Jerry Porter, and Braylon Edwards as our wide receivers. Make sure Braylon Edwards is wide receiver too. Running backs, I mean, yeah, it's a collective unit. Brandon Jacobs, Fred Jackson, and Cadillac Williams. Big Ben Roethlisberger's up to a 90. We brought in Greg Jones as an 85 fullback just because, I mean, Gruden liked Mike Allstott, so we'll have Greg Jones to fill in that void. Defense is very good. We got Smith, who's a 95, Barton, 94, Napoleon Harris is a 94, Hodge, who was runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, is an 88, Gibson's an 88, Philip Buchanan's 92 to go along with Woodson, who's a 95. We got Osi Umenyiora, 91. Coleman, Cullen Jenkins, Tommy Kelly, Agulier. Like, this is just a stacked team right here from top to bottom. I'm firmly expecting, with ease, another AFC West title. And obviously, because it's year 5 Super Bowl bust, we'll be popping in and trying to help the Raiders win the Super Bowl. Versus what they got in real life was, one, the opportunity to pay Jamarcus Russell like $2 trillion. And get the worst bust in NFL history. And at the end of year 5, with a Super Bowl bust scenario on the line, we get the first round bye in an uber competitive AFC West. 12-4 won it. Broncos were 11-5. Chargers were 11-5. So I mean, I wouldn't. Those guys probably all made the playoffs. We got second, third, and fourth seed in the AFC. We're all within the same division. So that could have gotten a lot worse for our team. Ben Roethlisberger was kind of average. 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns to 5 picks. Still didn't really have a run game. Less than 1,000 yards for Cadillac Williams, 9 touchdowns. No 1,000-yard receiver. 83 catches, 900 yards, 3 touchdowns for Jason Witten. Was the best on the team. I don't know. Win by defense, I guess. 111 tackles from Eric Barton, 5 TFLs, 5 sacks. We got 9 sacks from Agulier, 8.5 from Osi Umenyiora. Still nothing crazy. Like, how did we win? How did we win all these games? We had, like, no standout players anywhere. All right, I'll take it. Peyton Manning won the MVP. Hey, at least it's not Amon Green. Am I right, everybody? AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Peyton Manning. Ben Roethlisberger coming in at 9. Defensive Player of the Year went to London Fletcher. Eric Barton at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Vince Young of the Steelers. Wow. Jeff King coming in at 10 for us. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to DeMeco Ryans. Like seeing that. Eagle. He's kind of an Eagle legend. We call him Mufasa when he was here, and he made Jordan Hicks Simba, and now they're both gone. Jordan Hicks gone to the Arizona Cardinals. It's so sad. I cry every time. All right, in the division round, we only have to take on the 10-6 MVP Peyton Manning-led Colts. Not worried. We're a 97 overall, baby. 97 offense, 99 defense. Let's flex on them. Flex seal. So I messed up recording, and I didn't get any gameplay, but hey, we won. Oh, let's go, Jason Witten. Fight your way in. Oh, he's just too damn good. Jason Witten's just too damn good here in the championship game against the Bills in the snow. Nice tutty for the Cali team. All right, let's hit him with a little no-huddle here. First and goal on the 8. 10 seconds left to go. We still got our timeouts. We probably should have just called it timeout, but I like keeping the defense on their heels. We're going to fire to the back of the... Okay, from now, like, someone needs to make a compilation of me rushing in the red zone and throwing that exact same slant that gets picked off every fucking time. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Braylon Edwards. Let's go. All right, we got a 3rd and 2 here. Minute 45 left to go. We get a first down. So we got big Brandon Jacobs back there. Now we know Brandon Jacobs built like Tarzan, plays like Jane. We just need to make us one big play. And, of course, he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, you know what? We're going for it. We are going for this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring in Cadillac Williams, and we're going to end this game right here. We're not going to mess around with any field goals, any misses. And just like that, Cadillac Williams carries it, and it's over. We're going to the Super Bowl. There we go. Big-time dub for the Raiders. As Ben Roethlisberger did what he did best. Outside of that just annoying interception, the connection with the guys that we have built and drafted. Jason Witten, Braylon Edwards. The connection was on point. The run game, you know, outside of Brandon Jacobs, came through when we needed it to. And wasn't an ugly victory, 14-11, but Big Ben was efficient enough that I have full confidence that we can go on to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time and walk away with a championship. I said things that would get me kicked off YouTube in this video, as well as it was glitched. We lost the Super Bowl very badly. So that does it for the retro rebuild of the Raiders. My apologies from the technical difficulties that we had. I was doing this, you know, a lot of stuff going on that probably in the next couple weeks you'll find out that it's been very, very stressful. And, you know, maybe I could have done better to make sure that the video wouldn't get glitched. It was weird that we got the Bills gameplay, but the other two, the first round, the Super Bowl, was all glitched. But yeah, I literally had one of my biggest rages of all time. That wasn't a good look in that Super Bowl loss to the Giants, so it's probably best that that wasn't showcased. You know, just for my sanity's sake. But thank you guys for always watching the Retro Rebuilds. Let me know in the comment section below what team you want to see next. It was always your first time stopping by. I promise the production quality will be better next time. So subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.